una bandera de FIFA y fútbol. Presentamos a los árbitros encargados de este encuentro. Primer árbitro, Gonzalo Yolanda Carvalho Pérez de El Salvador. Segundo árbitro, Julio Josué Ramos Mejía de El Salvador. Tercer árbitro, David Ernesto Cruz Trinidad de El Salvador. Cronometrista, Gerardo Reyes Gutiérrez Mejía de El Salvador. Ahora las alineaciones de los equipos. Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto. Con el dorsal 10, el capitán Apple. 2, Matt. 5, Nava. 7, Al-Haidari. 9, Jankovic. 12, Díaz. 13, Evi. 19, Lugao. 22, Cruz. 25, Valcárcel. Todos ellos dirigidos por el entrenador Tanner Apple. Ahora la alineación de Limon. Con el dorsal 8, el capitán Cooper. 1, Céspedes. 4, Mora. 5, Libardo. 6, Motor. 7, Gamboa. 9, Granados. 10, Patrick. 11, Pinchis. 23, Kevin. Todos ellos dirigidos por el entrenador Jeffrey Alejandro Aguirre Rivera. Un saludo entre ambos equipos.
Good afternoon from the Flor Blanca Beach Soccer Stadium in San Salvador. The group stage now wrapped up on the women's side. Action-packed morning and early afternoon here in the capital city. But the group stage and the men wrapped up yesterday. And so the quarterfinal round begins. The first of 4 quarterfinals here on this Friday, the 5th match day of the America's Winners' Cup El Salvador 2024. And the first quarterfinal pits Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto against Unis Limon Football Playa from Costa Rica. Santa Cruz, top of Group A, after a thrilling victory over Barra de Santiago, the defending champions, on Wednesday. They had yesterday off and watched the dust settle on the remainder of the groups. Unis Limon with a victory over Apulo Ilopango on the final group stage day yesterday, but fell just short of pot 1 for the quarterfinal draw and come up against a team that has made it 3 wins from their 3 group stage games. Approaching the 5 o'clock hour, the shadows growing longer here in San Salvador. The stands filling in, trying to seek a little bit of respite in the shade, but it's a beautiful day as it has been all week. Perfect conditions for this first quarterfinal matchup. We just saw a final group stage match in the women's tournament that felt like an elimination game. This one officially is. Eunice Limon against Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto. The knockout stage begins at the America's Winners' Cup El Salvador 2024. The first quarterfinal here today. First of 4 in a row in the men's tournament. As it's Eunice Limon in the black with the lime green trim up against the blue and red of Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto. The top 2 defensive records in the tournament going toe-to-toe here in this first quarterfinal matchup. Santa Cruz, winners of Group A. A thriller, a 4-1 victory over the defending champions Parto de Santiago to close out Wednesday's action. And nearly in front thanks to their goalkeeper, Elliott's. As it's the same starting 5 for Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto in each of their matches at the tournament this year. In goal, Elliot Monod, the captain, Tanner Acol, joined by Mark Jankovic, Lucao, and Oscar Cruz. Jankovic thought he got there and drew a foul, but it's cleanly won by the captain for Eunice Limon, according to the referee. Now Lucao wins it back. Lucao trying to burst free and is brought down. A free kick outside the penalty area. But for Lucao and that hammer that he possesses, this is a golden opportunity for Santa Cruz to take the lead. Yellow card to Mora. Royer Mora goes into the book as he's joining the starting 11 by the goalkeeper Pablo Cespedes, who will now have to try and prevent Lucao from opening the scoring. Libardo, Patrick, and the captain, Dejun Roper, starting 5 for Eunice Limon Futebol Playa. Now Lucao, here's the whistle. Long run up for Lucao. Oh, he sent the keeper the wrong way, and he kissed the post. But it stayed out to maintain the scoreless start to the match. As that's a great toss just outside the reach of Cruz. Royer up for the overhead and out of play. Santa Cruz, top of Group A. On Monday, they opened the tournament first game at the 2024 edition with a 13-1 thrashing of Universidad de San Carlos. That set the tone for them to top the group. A 4-2 victory over Isla San Sebastian on Tuesday, and then that thrilling victory 4-1 over the defending champions Parto de Santiago. But it's Eunice Limon who move in front. Pablo delivers from his goal, and Mora flicks on with the header. A backflip celebration for the number 4 as he makes it Eunice Limon 1, Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto 0. Third goal of the tournament for Mora. And Santa Cruz will have to come from behind here in the early stages. Lucao towards Cruz, just wide. Oscar Cruz, joint top of the Golden Boot race after the group stage, but now trailing Filipov of Riviera Maya. Earlier on today, the opener on match day 5 was in the consolation bracket on the men's side, as Riviera Maya were defeated 5-4 by Universidad San Carlos. They finished 12th out of 12 teams. Universidad San Carlos in 11th, and Filipov did net a hat trick for Riviera Maya to bring his total to 9. That's where he will end in his quest for the Golden Boot. Oscar Cruz and Fran Velasquez on 7 goals after the group stage, along with Gonzalez Quinteros from La Piraya. Corner kick at Lucao will come to the near side to deliver. He's just behind his teammate with 6. And it was a 4-second count spotted by the referee. It'll go the other way. Lucao felt he had his timing down. Referee disagrees. And there's a man down for Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz consiguió su clasificación a cuartos de final después de finalizar como primero del grupo A.
As the jean-luc helps his opposite captain,
Mientras que Limon se clasificó
player coach Tanner Cole, to his feet.
con 6 puntos.
Launched forward by Cespedes. Cruz heads it away. Cole, oh, lovely shift onto the right. Can't curl his foot around the ball in a rapid-on frame. Eunice Limon opened up likewise with a strong performance. 11-2, they thumped Riviera Maya on Monday. They had the rest on Tuesday, as the entire Group B had Tuesday off, before a defeat 3-1 at the hands of La Piraya on Wednesday, and set up a crucial clash yesterday that they defeated Apuro Ilopango 3-2. They weren't sure if they lost, they might have been out. Now a turnover in on goal. Elliott tips it onto the post and it stays out to deny Mora an early double. Roper was late on the challenge. It'll be a free kick to Oscar Cruz. Great save from Elliott to keep it at the 1-0 scoreline. Battle for second place in that matchup against Apuro Ilopango yesterday in Group B for Eunice Limon. In the end, it wasn't a must-win, as Apuro Ilopango managed to snag one of the third-place finishes, good enough to find their way in the quarterfinals. As Cruz lines up and hits it straight into the chest of Paulo Cespedes, who hears a shout from the man called Motor down the near side. Jose Angel Calderon Fernandez, a.k.a. Motor, beaten to it by the crowd of blue and red. And Elliott up towards Cruz on the near side. He prods it towards Matt. Strong left hand from Cespedes. Quick reaction as well to palm it away from his left-hand post. And in fact, that match against Apuro Ilopango wound up not mattering all too much, as they both wound up in the same pots ahead of the quarterfinal draw, which took place right after the final match last night, as the 3 group winners went into pot 1 and the best second place team joined them. That wound up being Barrio de Santiago, the defending champions, and from the same group as Santa Cruz. Just missed out, did Eunice Limon, on moving into pot 1. They were level on goal difference, but behind on goals scored, the second tiebreaker, which dropped them to pot 2. They knew they couldn't be drawn against La Piraya, so here they are against Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto. Elliott blocked by Roper, high into the sky. Mora brought it down off the thigh. He's strong to hold off the challenge. Quick feet now from Mora to the Chilena. Cruz there, and he heads it away from goal. Great pace about the match, as you would expect. The first quarterfinal out of 4 in a row here on Friday. 1-0 as we're halfway through the first period of play. Second edition of the America's Winners' Cup here in El Salvador. It's expanded from 2023. Back in February of that year, was at the Costa del Sol, about an hour's drive south here of the capital city, San Salvador, but including, or I should say, along with the expansion of the tournament, a change in venue. Beautiful new Flor Blanca Beach Soccer Stadium in the heart of the capital city, and a perfect venue for this America's World Cup. Lucao, powerful, but into the block. And again, saved this time by Cespedes. Elliott watches it over the bar. And now for Oscar Cruz. Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto with Elliott going for goal. They only conceded 4 goals in their 3 group stage matches. The best defensive mark by nearly double, as Eunice Limon and Flamengo each conceded 7 times for the second best defensive mark. A goal retrieves and retreats for the goalkeeper, Elliott. Just wide from Cruz. Took a touch on its way. Cespedes was worried as he flew across his goal, and he landed awkwardly as well. Need a bit of water for some sand in the face.
Para instalarse en cuartos de final, Santa Cruz derrotó a Barra de Santiago, Isla San Sebastián y Osaka.
As mentioned, day opens with that last place match on the men's consolation side, won by Universidad de San Carlos. And a move to the final games of the group in the women's. Las Costeñas 4-3 over Santa Cruz. Costa del Sol 4-2 over Botafogo. And a thriller in the last match that we'll talk about in a moment. Looked like a handball. Santa Cruz adamant, but the referees didn't spot it. Limon looking like they got away with one. Would have been a penalty there. A swipe along the grounds that changed the trajectory. They continue on here. And that's a bit staggering to see that called as a handball where the one from a moment ago was not. Bounced up off the thigh for Matt. He controlled with his hands. Was a handball, but again, Limon very fortunate not to have conceded a penalty just a few seconds before. They'll have a free kick from inside their own area, Mora, as they get to choose who takes from a handball situation. 3:50 remaining on the clock at the end of the first period. Matt wanted to make sure he could sprint across and help out defensively, as there's no walls allowed, of course. Mora into the ground, hoping for a good hop, but it bounced right into the gloves of Elliott. Lucao. Another powerful rip from Lucao. Painful block. You can hear that reverberate around the stadium. It takes a bit of bravery to get in the way of a Lucao laser. As we've seen throughout the course of the week, he's got 6 goals, just behind his teammate Cruz, as mentioned. For Limon, their leading goal scorer is Motor with 5 from the 3 group stage games. It's an injury for Limon that needs some attending to. So back to that final group stage match in the women's tournament. Just before this one, a 9-goal thriller won by Cali Beach Soccer Club 5-4 over Universidad El Salvador, as that was a winner-take-all affair to see who would be the final team into the semis in the women's bracket. Johan Gamboa Pina was the man who made the block and is gingerly walking off the beach. And it looks like he'll walk over to get some medical treatment as well. Back in now for Elliott. Pops it towards Lucao, and it bounced just away from the Santa Cruz man. Hopefully it's nothing serious for Gamboa. He looked in a world of pain. They're already missing a couple players through injury. Limon. Zendrik Maitland, as well as Yosimar Antonio Downer Aguilar, Boro as he's known, missing through injury both yesterday and today. And now it's another Gamboa who trudges off the sands. Cespedes brings it forward. Santa Cruz thought it was a handball outside the area from the goalkeeper. Overhead from Patrick. Too tall for the goal. As it's back again with Elliott. Lucao back to his goalkeeper. And the overhead from Cody Valcarcel, blocked by Carlos Granados. He's frustrated at how open Valcarcel was, but did manage to make up the ground. Throw in from Valcarcel, too close to Paulo Cespedes. Gets it back from Motor. Lucao intercepts. Lucao goes for goal, sends it into the nets. So that victory for Cali Beach Soccer Club confirms their appearance in the semifinals, rebounding so well from the last place finish last year on the women's side into the Final Four this year, as they will take on Las Costeñas tomorrow in the semifinals, and then a championship rematch in the other semifinal from a year ago on the women's bracket. Mora, well wide in between two defenders. Lucao up towards Jankovic, tried to just guide it underneath the goalkeeper. A flying stop made by the Unis Limon number 1, Paulo Cespedes, into the final minute. Just a single goal so far in the first period. It's Unis Limon in front thanks to Mora. Acol manufactured a great opportunity with the juggle, and he caught it sweetly on his left, just arrowing over the bar as we approach the final 30 seconds. That other semifinal in the women's game, that rematch. Barra de Santiago, the runners-up from last year, against Sao Pedro, the defending champions, and yet to see defeat in 2 editions of the tournament. Off the hand of Valcarcel. 18 seconds remain. It's a free kick for Unis Limon Football Playa. Motor will line it up. Motor steps up and drags it wide with the left. Elliott in a hurry to get one more opportunity at least for Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto. He's popped it towards Lucao, header down straight at Papo Granados. First period comes to an end. Defense is on top. It's been cagey. It's Unis Limon Football Playa with the lead after 1, thanks to a wonderful goal from Mora. A little flick header off a lovely pass from his goalkeeper gives the Costa Rican club the advantage heading into the first intermission. 1-0 to Unis Limon over Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto. You're watching the America's Winners Cup El Salvador 2024. Don't go anywhere. This quarterfinal continues live from the Flor Blanca Beach Soccer Stadium. teams back out on the beach ahead of the second period of play. Just a single goal in it so far. Limon lead 1-0 thanks to Mora over Santa Cruz beats Soccer Toronto. Knockout rounds underway here at the America's Winners' Cup El Salvador 2024. Up for Lucao from the opening kick to start the second period. 3 more quarterfinals in a row here on this fantastic Friday of fixtures in San Salvador. Next up, Flamengo against Apuro y Lopango. Then it's La Piraya against SoCal Legacy. And the final match of the night, Parque de Santiago against Pioneros. Down goes Lucao. Mora steps into the strike. Lucao still down. And the referee will stop play so he can pick himself up with the ball out of bounds at the moment. No, Mora needs to be careful. He's got the goal, but there he was gesturing for a yellow card to the referee. You never know what referee might take exception to telling him how to judge the game. Lucao thought he got past Mora, but he popped to his feet, did the number 4 to get the block in. Elliott continuing on the thigh. Over towards Cruz. First touch let him down. Here comes Patrick in the black and green of Eunice Limon. He loses out. Good tackle put in by Cole. Ronaldo Nava can't make it stick. Now Lucao for the overhead. Blocked by the captain Roper. There's a man over on the near side. It's Mora. Instead, Mora tried to take it on himself and ran into the Santa Cruz captain. Cole out for the restart to the Costa Rican side. Eunice Limon. One of 2 teams representing Costa Rica on the men's bracket. Punta Arenas finished bottom of Group C, whereas the one Costa Rican side on the women's bracket is Las Costeñas, 4 wins from 4, topping their group and through to the semis. Well, he threw himself at the block, did Mora. Rattled off his head, a painful looking one from Elliott's rifled shot. And they want to take a look at the man down for Eunice Limon. See just how quickly the sun has set. We're past the 5 o'clock hour here. And the lights have come on. Can't quite tell just yet, but I'm sure we'll be able to in just a moment's time. Been absolutely lovely weather throughout the week here in San Salvador. Been told by several of the locals that this is the best time of year, late November through January in the capital city. And again, perfect conditions here tonight. The wind has died down as well. A Cole into the near post. Good save as Eunice Limon have their second goalkeeper out. Kevin Herrera makes the stop at his left-hand post. 78 degrees Fahrenheit. By my calculations, that's 26 degrees Celsius. Beautiful conditions in a beautiful stadium. Lucao. Sliding in was Patrick. Now Lucao from the throw towards Cruz, who got bumped while he was leaping. Roper put him off just enough. Intercepted by Roper, wrestling it between the 2 top goal scorers for Santa Cruz beats Soccer Toronto, who are being held at arm's length despite scoring 21 in their 3 group stage matches. That was the second best attack behind only Flamengo, who are on fire with 27 scored across their 3 games. No team has been shut out yet in either the men's or women's bracket, unless you include Central Cordoba from Argentina, who pulled out of the tournament and had to forfeit every game 3-0. Nava up to the Chilena. It looked promising. Papo ensured it wasn't in the end. And I think he landed on his head here, Nava. He's holding his head after that little bit of an awkward landing. Lucao trying to lure Mora in. It was the wrong decision initially, but he's able to hold off for the throw. Elliott. Cruz. Blocked by Gamboa. Great to see the number 7 back out with some tape after that early injury. Elliott strides forward. Interesting looking block put in by Papo Granados. A thrust to get it clear. Now, look at the grab. NFL style. That was a complete pass. 2 hands from Herrera as he dove to his left. Off the chest, Gamboa. But it's a stick tackle from Matt to win it back. Santa Cruz looking into the attack. Valcarcel eased off it by Motor. Elliott. Lucao! Wicked bounce off the bar. Not sure Herrera got a touch. If he did, it's a fine reaction, but I think it flew past him, and his best friend, his frame of goal, came to his aid to deny Lucao the equalizer. As we're just about ready to move into the second half of the match. We're halfway through the second period. 1 goal in it. Mora, the difference maker at the halfway stage of this first quarterfinal. Pop back towards Lucao. Touch off the chest for Matt. Return to Lucao. Good idea. Too many numbers back in black and green. Lucao, little toe poke around the defender. Cruz sees Matt making the run. Morta spotted the goalkeeper off his line. They're digging in defensively here, Eunice Limon. Elliott around the defender. Matt couldn't get out of the way, and it's adjudged to have hit his hands. Free kick to come for Eunice Limon Futebol Playa. Tightly contested quarterfinal matchup thus far. Gamboa well wide as Elliott saw it the whole way. Elliott looking for Valcarcel, operating centrally. He's got a lovely first touch for Lucao. Now Valcarcel, was he fouled? He was! Penalty for Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto. An opportunity to level the score here from the spot for Cody Valcarcel. He had a brace in their 13-1 demolition of Universidad San Carlos on Monday. Hasn't scored since, as a yellow card will be given to Herrera for that bit of gamesmanship. His best Emiliano Martinez impression there. A little grab of the shoulder for Valcarcel, trying to put him off ahead of this penalty. He joins his teammate Morta with the booking here. Valcarcel entitled to the space as he made the first touch. Ball judged to have been under his control. The challenge came in wildly. And here from the spot, the chance to level the score. It's Valcarcel. It's 1-1. All square once again. Nearly went. No, in fact, we did go more than a period without a goal. It was 3 minutes into the game when Morta gave Unis Limon the lead. Gamboa. And it's fizzed over the crossbar. Might have just clipped it on the way as well. Elliott's ears might have been stung by the sound of that blast from Motor, as now it's Lucao stepping around the defender. Goalkeeper was rooted in the sands as he watched it. Thankfully wide of his left-hand post, Herrera. "16 minutes of gameplay, thereabouts, between the goals. Defense is on top. So we move into the final 4 minutes here at the end of the second period. Elliott looking for Lucao on his left, outside of his foot, and it swerves wide. Gamboa asking Valcarcel to press him. Jankovic too strong for Motor. Elliott gives the eyes to find out Valcarcel. Now Elliott tried to guide it low towards the left-hand post of Herrera. Motor saw Elliott off his line. They've tried that a few times. Unis Limon looking for the open net as Elliott carries it forward. It's been the pattern of the match thus far. Santa Cruz in possession. Unis Limon in a good defensive shape. Cole, the back heel scoop to his keeper, Lucao, now on it for the blue and red of Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto. Brought it up towards Valcarcel. Taken over by Finchis. Back again, Valcarcel. Lucao bursting centrally. Rounds one defender, tried to cut it across. Herrera. And Morta frustrated with himself as he created room for the shot but didn't catch it as clean as he would have liked. An easy save for Elliott. 2 minutes to go in the second, just 2 goals in it. This first quarterfinal at the America's Winners' Cup. Elliott towards Valcarcel. Good save, Herrera. Jankovic trying to get on to the rebound. Papo Granados just put him off enough. Lucao looking to block, but Herrera got it just round him towards Gamboa. Mora on the turn. Tight angle. Acol. And now Elliott up towards a Cole with the flick header behind himself and over the bar. Kevin Herrera draws the save from Elliott. Lucao. Cruz has his eyes up. Here's a shout from Lucao. Santa Cruz with their first lead. The Cruz-Lucao combination, the top two scorers for the blue and red, send them on top, 2-1. Beautiful combination play as Cruz popped it up right onto the head of Lucao, a powerful header into the far post. Odd goal in 3 in favor of Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto with 41 seconds remaining here in the second period of this quarterfinal. Mora fakes the shot. He's got Papo to his left. Just checked up on him in the sand, so he'll check back to his keeper, Herrera. With Granados. It's Hamza Al-Haidari in for Santa Cruz, applying the pressure. Lucao, clever touch of the toe. 15 seconds to go. Lucao sees Al-Haidari. He takes it on himself. Not sure how the number 10 stayed up after the block. It's a 3-on-1. Closing stages of the period. Mora takes it on himself. The wrong option, really. And that brings to a close the second period of play. Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto entered trailing 1-0, and they leave the second period up 2-1. Goals from Valcarcel from the penalty spot and Lucao just before the intermission. That beautiful play with Cruz means after 2, it's Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto 2, Unis Limon Football Playa 1. We'll be right back for the third period of play here in this quarterfinal of the America's Winners' Cup.
Santa Cruz se clasificó como primero del grupo A con 9 puntos. Unis Limon se instaló en esta instancia tras cerrar en el segundo lugar del grupo B con 6 puntos.
Whistle blows to begin the third period here in this quarterfinal matchup in the America's Winners Cup El Salvador 2024. It's Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto leading 2-1 over Limon Futebol Playa. They've switched ends through the third period coin toss. It meant it was Limon starting with the kick, but now back with Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto. Their goalkeeper Elliott driving forward once more towards Lucao. He left it short. Roper is there. Lucao did just enough to prevent a quick counter. Roper, the captain, wins it and drops back to the returning man in goal, Cespedes. Cespedes, as they're calling out on where Al Haidari needs to go, the bench for Santa Cruz, up and communicating well. Here he is listening and getting a tackle in. Patrick from the throw. Cruz muscles in ahead of Mora to head it away. Roper up towards Gamboa. Lucao trying to push him off the ball. Now Lucao on it for the blue and red. Elliott hoping to steer it inside the goalkeeper's left-hand post. It went wide back again. Now come Limon Futebol Playa. Well, we saw no match in the group stage, either men's or women's, and all square and head to extra time. Even in the group stage, no draws allowed, but obviously the knockout round, it can't end level. It'll head to a period of extra time, and if it's still level, penalties to see who moves on to the semifinals. Elliott punched away as he was closer this time around, recalibrating and forcing the save from Cespedes. Great footwork from Cruz. He darts forward. That's where the ball ends up. Cruz outside of the foot. Couldn't quite flick it on into the path of his captain, Acol. Mora for the Chilena. Angling towards the top corner. Elliott had to be there. A beautiful sunset descending on San Salvador. Fans inside the Flor Blanca being treated to a tightly contested first quarterfinal matchup here in the America's Winners Cup. Second edition, of course. First appearance for Limon as the men's competition added 2 teams this year from February 2023, the inaugural edition, which saw Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto finish in 4th place. Up towards Acol, who went for the overhead. Cespedes launches forward on the throw. Mora wide. Under pressure. Anywhere will do. Up a goal. Now Cespedes went for goal himself. Good block put in along the back line by Cruz. That goal for Lucao, by the way, brings him up on 7 goals alongside 3 others trying to chase down Filipov with his 9 in the Golden Boot race. Filipov's tournament is over. His side finished in last Riviera Maya earlier on today. Valcarcel scrapes it clear. Nearly halfway through this third and final period. Elliott looking for Cruz. Morta read it well to intercept. Couldn't bring it in stride. And we have now reached the halfway stage of the third period. 1 goal scored in the first, 2 goals scored in the second. Elliott. Valcarcel is there! Just wide. Still without a goal in the third, and that was an inch away from doubling the lead for Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto. Lucao into the fencing after he won it back. Cespedes looking for Papo Granados. Santa Cruz finished in second in their group a year ago before being defeated by Parra de Santiago in the semifinals. Flick on from Morta here. They got a bit of revenge already on Parra de Santiago on Wednesday with the victory that helped them top the group. But again, like that matchup between Eunice Limon and Apolo Ilopango, didn't really mean much in the end. Elliott blazes over. They were then defeated by La Piraya in the third place game, Santa Cruz, a year ago. Sights set much higher this year with that fabulous start to the tournament, unbeaten still. And they hold on to this 2-1 advantage as we close in on the final 4 minutes of the match. Cruz. Back to the goalkeeper, Elliott. Biding their time here with the lead. The blue and red of Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto. Elliott and Lucao looking a little bit like the 4 corners tactic here. Don't care about the aesthetics. No pictures painted on the box score. Lucao chops it off the Eunice Limon man out of play. That was Libardo defending. Elliott towards Matt. Matt screams it through for a throw on the far side. Cespedes, Granados. Roper around 1. Can't get around a Cole. Captain on captain. It's Santa Cruz who emerged. Lucao. And after the Lucao efforts, must have been a little bit of a coming together on the follow through that's left the Eunice Limon man down. Libardo helped to his feet. He was due to come off anyways. It'll be Eunice Limon back on the ball. 2:23 to go, needing a goal. Cespedes only onto the head of Cruz. Mora picked out by Cespedes. Trying to set up the overhead. Flick over the shoulder. Cruz again able to head it clear. Matt stumbling as he tried to arrive at Roper. Stick tackle from Cruz. Defensive minded once more as a Cole clears the lines. Under 2 minutes to play. As it stands, the lowest scoring game of either the men's and women's tournaments. Cagey, these two sides throughout this quarterfinal. Lucao, happy enough to play with his goalkeeper, Elliott. Looking for Cruz. Trying to take the air out of the ball here, Santa Cruz. As we approach the final minute of play, Elliott calmly pops it up into his hands. Lucao. And Nicole. Oh, what a move by Cole! He thought it was a foul from Roper. A stall on his neck to get around the Eunice Limon captain, and he might have had a case there, it must be said. 40 seconds to go. Hurled forward by Cespedes. Flick up towards Mora. Lucao's too tall. He leaps above to get the header clear. Cole's going to drag it to the corner. Lucao looking for a throw. He takes over once more. Into the final 20 seconds. No look pass from Lucao. And they'll try and kill the game off here. Elliott with a little bit of a spill. Lucao around Gamboa. Clock frozen with 8 seconds to play. 2-1. Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto in front of Eunice Limon Futebol Playa. Yellow card towards Gamboa. Hands on hips from the boys in black and green. As it appears, their tournament is coming to an end in the quarterfinal. That is, unless they can rescue it back from this free kick and get a goal to send it to extra time. What will Lucao do? Will he go for a goal to kill it off? Or will he just dump it to the corner, try and hold on and run out the clock? Morta sticking with Akol. Whistle blows for Lucao. Lucao goes for goal! Lucao puts the game away! Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto surely through to the semifinals now. 3-1 they lead with 7 seconds to go. The boldness, the audacity from Lucao to go for goal instead of kill the clock. It's a brace for Lucas Azevedo, a.k.a. Lucao. Final few seconds ticking away. Mora up for the Chilena. No foul call. That'll do it. Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto through to the semifinals. It was Eunice Limon who struck first through Mora. They led 1-0 after one, but 2 goals in the second. And that last second goal from Lucao means 3 unanswered for Santa Cruz Beach Soccer Toronto, as he was at the brace to bring his personal tally to 8. He's 1 behind the Golden Boot leader, Filip Filipov, as The other goal was scored by Cody Valcarcel from the penalty spot to level the score. And in the end, it finishes Santa Cruz B Soccer Toronto 3, Limon Football Playa 1.